Thanks. Taoiseach, for 15 months now, an Irish citizen from County Antrim has been held without trial in an English prison and has had his rights denied. Jordan Devlin is being locked inside for 23.5 hours a day. He has been strip searched twice daily. His mail has been withheld. His visits are blocked. His calls are denied. His sister said they put him on public protection so he can't speak to anyone. They often don't have vegetarian food so he can't eat. They're x-raying him and strip searching him twice a day. He's freezing too. He is a Palestine solidarity activist. He's charged in relation to a protest action at Elbit Systems. Elbit is the largest supplier of weapons for the Israeli genocide. He denies all the charges. His trial begins today, but his judge was just swapped out yesterday with no stated justification. The question is, Taoiseach, whether the Irish Government has made any representations on his behalf, whether you've sought to ensure that his basic rights as a prisoner and as a defendant are defended, as opposed to being ridden roughshod over like many other Palestine protesters.
Raised there, Deputy Boyd Barrett, in terms of, I mean, we don't, in terms of the issues around Palestine action, first of all, always our embassies and so on provide whatever consular supports any Irish citizen who's on remand or who's in prison. We always provide whatever supports we can or whatever assistance, but we don't, obviously can't interfere in the criminal justice system. So again, I will review that case of Jordan Devlin, and I'll ask again our ambassador in London in terms of an update in respect of it.
No,
well,
please,
sorry, Deputy. Sorry, well, I have no issue with people, obviously I don't, in terms of supporting Palestinians. I do have an issue, and I'm not saying this happened here in these cases at all. I don't know the full detail of the cases for which, but I've read recently of a case where there was a ramming of a building in London. You know, it's not all black and white as you've articulated. Or even here where people drive through gates and barriers and do criminal damage. Like TD's offices have had criminal damage by, I would say, more extreme elements of people who were involved in supporting the Palestinian movement. Unfortunately, the vast, no, you can lie, it's true. My own office was damaged 3 times. Okay, I know other TDs whose offices were damaged. Okay, so is that acceptable? Is that legitimate protest? No, it's not. Because when there's people working in those offices, they don't think it's legitimate. So, like, all I'm saying is that we all have to be clear on the demarcation line. I'm not familiar with the individual cases here in terms of the alleged crimes and so on like that. But let's not try and pretend that everything is just all one way, because one thing we do
Deputy
know,
Murphy,
one thing
this
I do
is
know,
orchestrated. I'd
one
ask
thing
you
I
to
do know
stop
is that
interrupting.
either on the far right or on the far left, people do transgress the lines, and let's not pretend they don't. They have in this country in the past. They clearly are other issues in the UK and so on like that. And look, some people were trying to stop Dublin Port the other day.
Taoiseach, I don't know if you intend to take any other questions. Please,
no, sorry,
Deputy Murphy.
80% of trade in this country goes through Dublin Port, and you guys want to wreck it. There's bread on the table. Workers depend on trade going through Dublin Port. Workers all over the country. And as far as you're concerned, let's stop it in its tracks. So there are demarcation lines that we have to be very clear about. Absolute right to protest is a sacred right in this country, the right to protest. We should cherish it. We should never do anything to damage it, nor should others do anything to damage it either. Deputy Batchik, I think I've dealt with that issue in terms of my general response. I don't believe citizens' assemblies is the right way to go.